What up, YouTube? Got another one for you today. We're swapping out the axle seal on the passenger side on the Tundra because it is not in good shape. You can see that the fluid is still leaking there. It's left all kinds of wet spots on my driveway. So first things first is we gotta drain out the fluid out of the front diff. And then once that's all drained out, I can pull the axle out and then work on that seal. So first things first, let's crack this guy open. All right, so I already have a video up of how to change the fluid in the front diff up on my YouTube channel. I'll link it in the description below. As a rule of thumb, you want to crack the fill plug before the drain plug, because if you can't get that off, then it's going to be a bad day for you. So anyway, this is a 10 mil hex head. Let's see, like this. And that is the same for the fill plug, okay? All right, so there we go. We got it draining out. Now it's time to work on getting the ball joint off so we can pull the axle out. All right, so first step is obviously take off your wheel, but if you have a cotter pin in here, remove the cotter pin, and then here's your axle nut. You're gonna have to remove that guy. I have a 1 5/8 socket. I don't know what the OEM ones are. I think they're 36 mil or something like that. Gonna have to check on your own for that one. But so since you're gonna be twisting off the nut this way, one thing you could do is put a screwdriver right there so that you can actually have it stop while you're trying to get this nut off. So now you got your axle nut off. You're going to remove the bolts that hold the ball joint. You can see here I have a uniball conversion, so mine's a pain in the ass to get to, but you have to remove 1, 2, 3, and then there's another one back here for 4. So remove all those 4, and then you'll be able to pull or separate the spindle from the ball joint, and then you can move your axle out. All right, so once you got your 4 bolts out, what we're gonna do is we're going to lift the spindle assembly and push the axle out. And we're gonna try to get this assembly out of the way, so we're just gonna move it to the side so that we can pull the axle out and work on our seal. I'm just gonna let it rest right there, and then from here we can pull our axle. I'm gonna put the drain plug back onto the diff, and then put the pan underneath where it meets the diff so that we don't have a ton of oil on the ground. CVs can be a pain in the ass to get out the diff, so you might have to get behind it with some kind of a pry bar. Sometimes you have to kind of tap it out of the diff, but as long as you can get it out, kudos to you. This is now good to go. I'm gonna pull this out and then we're gonna check out the seal. All right, that's our seal right there. Looks like we got some damage around that little lip that kind of covers the joint with the CV and the diff. But if you could see a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, but on the right side it's kind of sunk, caused the left side to kind of come out a little bit. So I don't have any special tools, but I'm gonna yank that out with some pliers. Hopefully that goes well. Just gonna grab it from the inner lip there since it's not sitting all the way flush against the diff. But yeah, let's get it out and see what else is going on with it. All right, so we pulled out our seal. Like I said, I didn't have any special tools. I just literally pulled them out with some channel locks. it was ready to come out anyway. So let's compare the seal to what we got, and then see what we can do about punching it in. All right, so here's our damaged seal, and this is our new seal. That's the OEM Toyota number right there. Same size, everything, same inner metal seal. I just compared it right now. So looks good. One thing I did want to show you is that I got one from AutoZone, so I'll show you that in comparison to this as well and see if that matches up. All right, so if you're curious, this is again the Toyota part number. This is the Duralast AutoZone metal seal. Matches up perfect. I already checked the diameters. Part number for this one is 710596. I think the driver and the passenger ones are two different sizes, but don't quote me on that. But this is for the passenger side. So looking at our seal one more time, like I said, it doesn't look like the seal itself is too damaged. I think it was just the matter that this actually got damaged, and then this was like kind of offset in that diff, the mating surface. So now we're gonna go check out how far we need to drive that seal. So when I looked up how far to drive this seal in, it says to drive it no more than 5.5 millimeters into this section, but I think this might be 5.5 millimeters. Either way, this channel right here looks like 10, and that looks like where we should sit our seal. But let me try to measure this out and make a judgment call. All right, so I got this measured out to 5.5 as best as I could, and it looks to me that that right there is 5.5. And I'm thinking that this other shiny area, which is where the seal sat, let's go to 10 mil right there. Yeah, that looks like 10 mil to me. And believe it or not, if we're looking at our seal, that's about 10 mil. So what I'm gonna do then at this point is I'm going to drive the seal past this little channel right here, and hopefully it sits right in here. So I'm gonna push it until it passes this, and it's resting between here and here. All right, so this is one of those moments where I don't have any specialty tools, so how are we gonna drive this into the diff? So I'm gonna put a little bit of grease around here just to kind of guide it in a little bit. But I have two choices. I either have the socket we were using earlier for the axle seal, which kind of sits right inside there perfectly, or we can use this Yeti insulator for a tall can and butt it up against there like that and drive that in. So let's try one of both and then figure it out. All right, this is greased up. Let's try to get it to sit in there. It feels like I can get it started with my fingers. It doesn't take too much force to get it in there. So I think what I'll do is I'll actually use that Yeti to kind of drive it in, because so far it looks like it's going in pretty easy with my fingers, and it looks pretty even so far. So where's my Yeti insulator? Go like this. think we need to keep going. Yeah, dude, it looks like we can get it in there with my fingers. So, yeah, see, it's going in pretty good. Let's keep going until we think we got a good seat for it. I think that's the other challenge here, is that when you're putting your axle back in, you don't fudge it up. So yeah, let me keep messing with it and get the camera out of the way. Make sure we're seated in there properly. And I got it pretty flush all the way around. I don't really feel a lip, so I think we drove it a good amount, and I think that's about where we measured up. So I'm gonna call that good. I did use the insulator to kind of guide it in a little bit, but for the most part I could just kind of use my fingers on both sides to get that in. So yeah, I'm gonna call that good. It was also kind of nice that I could kind of guide it in and not kind of have something in the way, so I can't really see how far I was driving it. So let's fill it up and test it out and see if we're good. All right, got our axle seated. Looks like we got a good mating right there. So the steps are gonna be the same, but backwards. We're gonna put the CV axle back in the spindle. Spindle goes back on top of the ball joint. Bolt go back into the ball joint, and then lastly you got your axle nut. So put all that back together. We're gonna go in and fill the diff with fluid. And so I'm gonna do this first, and I'll see you in a second. All right, so we got everything buttoned up for the most part. Just need to come up here to the fill plug, fill this up with 1.8 quarts of synthetic oil. I use 75 by 140 because I have nitro gears. The stock OEM ones I think is 95 something or 75 something. So just check the manual for your gear oil, but I'm using 75 by 140. All right, been driving this thing around for about a week now. See, it looks good. Everything's dry under here, so if that video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Check out my Instagram page, Dr_Omiz, and the Dirtbag Garage on Instagram. See you guys in the next one.